Through Past Eyes, written by Amateur Short Stories, narrated by Allison Hart. The morning mist was yet to disappear, with the sun rising over the horizon. From the dirt path I walked, the trees opened up into a field of tall grass. Jasper, who I had been walking, ran from my side, taking his leash. There weren't many other people around at this hour, and with the few, they didn't care about a dog off-leash. So I usually let him wander for a while as I kept walking. After a few minutes without eyes on him, I stopped and looked around before walking too far. "Jasper, come here, boy!" I raised my voice a little so he could hear me. When he didn't appear, I walked along the path and went off into the long grass. I followed along where the grass had been previously pushed aside, and before long, I could barely see as the grass was above my head. I stopped when something blocked my way. My fingers ran over old metal that had been left in the elements for years, and with a knock of my knuckle, I could hear that it was hollow. This was the last thing I expected to come across while walking Jasper. How long had it been here untouched, and why? I looked over my discovery. It was a tank covered in bullet holes, scratches, and rust. The treads that once moved it over the earth had broken apart and lay flat beneath the wheels. From what I knew, there hadn't been a war around here, so it was moved here at one point and forgotten. My curiosity got the better of me when I saw the thick hatch, slightly opened, not completely sealed shut. My hands tightened as I put my foot on one of the wheels and lifted myself. The hatch groaned with tiny flakes of rust falling off as I pulled it open. I looked into the dark insides of the tank, its interiors almost entirely missing. I slowly lowered myself into the seat right below the hatch, unsure of what I was looking at. Above me, the hatch fell, and a loud echo reverberated through the empty shell of the tank. I stood up and went to open it again, but I was quickly pushed back down into the seat as I started moving. I wasn't in control of my body when I looked through the periscope, where nothing but smoke could be seen. Numerous screams surrounded the tank, with strange flashes of light shooting through the smoke, and the sound of gunshots was also present. I quickly turned from the sight, breathing rapidly and uncontrolled as I looked around the tank again. Crowded within the tight space were 3 other people, all rugged, covered in dirt, grime, and sweat. What the hell was going on? I shouldn't be here. I don't want to be here. I jumped up to open the hatch. "I'm not supposed to be here! Let me out!" I screamed. As my fingers tightened to open the hatch, I was pulled back. My head was thrown to the side as something collided with my cheek. Half dazed, I could hear the other 3 in the tank yelling at me, one of them out of his seat and holding me down. "What the hell is wrong with you? Are you trying to get us all killed?" The man raised his voice. I stared at the man. His body didn't shake like mine, but something in his eyes revealed he was still scared. He had hidden that fear the best he could, just like the other 2. "If you want to get out of here alive, then do your damn job," the man said, a lot calmer as he returned to his seat. For a moment, I was frozen, but the panic settled in once more, and I went for the hatch. "My job! I don't even know what that is! This isn't real!" I screamed. This time, my fingers didn't even reach the hatch before I was thrown into the far wall. All the screaming and gunshots turned into one constant ring that overpowered everything, and the inside of the tank filled with smoke. When I put my hand down to my side to move around, I felt something warm and wet. Blood pooled throughout the space with the 3 other people, gone entirely still. As I thought I would die, I looked through the large hole in front of me, revealing the outside world. I watched as a large, fluffy white dog walked past, and I immediately left through the hatch. I couldn't hold back the tears as the sun hit my face and the calm winds blew through the long grass in the fields. There was no smoke, no gunshots, and nothing was out of the ordinary. While I climbed out of the tank, I saw a man along the path that led deeper into the grass fields. He was an older man, missing an arm, and had heavy scarring over the side of his face. The man walked away as Jasper saw him, before saying anything. That man, was he the one that brought this tank here?